Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a really fascinating concept drawn from a profound philosophical text. We're looking at the reality of living in a world where absolutely everything is meticulously captured, photographed, and recorded. It's an idea that resonates super deeply with our modern lives, but it actually has roots in a much grander cosmic narrative. Let's map out exactly how this whole recording system works, both right there in our pockets and in the vast universe around us. I want you to start by just thinking about the smartphone sitting right there in your pocket, or maybe the exact device you're using right now. Every single step you take, every message you send, every link you click, it's all being logged somewhere. It's just an undeniable reality of our modern existence, right? We leave this massive trail of data everywhere we go. When we swipe a card, when our GPS tracks our morning commute, or when we just aimlessly browse the internet, a permanent record is created. Basically, we've built an entire global infrastructure dedicated to not letting a single action slip by unnoticed. Our actions are perpetually preserved in silicon and code.
Okay, let's dive into this. Part 1. Our digital footprint. Traces in everyday life.
Which brings us to Part 2, the universal recording system, a journey to the metaphorical town.
So, our source text invites us on this journey with a reliable friend to a beautifully ordered, metaphorical town. And this town represents a perfectly ordered society. It's like a microcosm of the universe itself. The guide in our story says, "Come, let's walk around a bit. Let's see what's going on among this orderly public." And as the visitors look around, they notice something pretty astounding. First off, in every single corner, everywhere they look, countless recording devices are set up, actively capturing images. Secondly, they see countless scribes seated all around the town, just diligently writing things down. And third, these scribes and devices aren't just capturing the big, historic moments. They're literally recording everything. Even the smallest service, the most incredibly mundane, ordinary event, is being meticulously documented. Nobody is overlooked, nothing goes undocumented. The level of detail here is just absolutely absolute.
And that leads us to a really important question. Part 3. Preparation for the Grand Reckoning. Why is everything recorded? This brilliantly illustrates the core synthesis of our explainer today. On one side, we have our digital world, right? Our clicks, our data, our virtual memories. We humans create these elaborate recording systems because we want to use that data later on for analysis, for history, or just to hold people accountable. On the flip side, we have the universal system, cosmic records, divine scribes, basically a universe where every single action leaves a metaphysical trace. So, why go through all the trouble of recording every single ordinary event? Well, our source draws a really logical conclusion. You don't keep perfectly detailed ledgers unless you intend to balance the books eventually. If we humans intuitively understand the logic of perfectly detailed ledgers for accountability, it totally stands to reason that the ultimate creator of the universe operates with an infinitely more profound logic of cosmic accounting.
To really ground this philosophical allegory, the text points directly to Scripture. The Quran states this concept explicitly, providing the actual theological foundation for the metaphor we've been discussing. It reads, "And indeed, appointed over you are keepers, noble and recording. They know whatever you do." This verse from Surah Al-Infitar just perfectly mirrors the imagery of those seated scribes from our allegorical town. It brings a profound spiritual weight to the idea that our existence is not unobserved. It suggests a universe that is deeply, deeply attentive, where every individual action is witnessed, valued, and permanently logged by noble keepers.
Bringing this all back down to earth. Part 4. The feeling of an observer within. A personal confrontation. We've talked a lot about smartphones, metaphorical towns, and universal scribes, but let's take a second to talk about human psychology. This whole concept of being recorded, it's not just some external rule, it's an internal awareness. It's a personal confrontation with our own conscience. Because even when we're completely isolated from our digital devices, totally away from cameras and society, there's this distinct internal awareness that we all possess. So, I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative thought directly from our source. Have you ever felt, deep down, that someone was watching you, even in a moment when you confidently said to yourself, "Nobody sees me"? Is that just instinct? Or is it an innate recognition of the universal recording system we've explored today?